Hi everybody, hope you're good. Let's quickly have a look at Netcare. And this is the monthly chart, as you guys can see. And in regards to the monthly chart of Netcare, we can see that the market has been moving sideways at this level over here, and it's been doing so since 2020, more or less, guys, as you guys can see. And what this tells me is that a breakout is imminent. We're either gonna see a breakout to the upside or the bottom side, right? And in my humble opinion, I would say that we're likely to get a breakout to the bottom side. And the reason why I say so is because of this candlestick over here. It is a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick. And what that wick tells us at the bottom is that there's a lot of liquidity stuck at that level at the bottom. And at this level over here is, I believe, where the market needs to head to grab that liquidity. And just remember that liquidity is actually money that needs to be triggered by the market at one point or another. So I'm referring to this level over here. So in as far as buying goes at this point in time, just based on the monthly chart, I would say that we should not be buying at all, or myself personally, I would not be buying this particular company or this stock. Anyway, from here, what I'm gonna do, guys, is head down to the weekly chart to see if we can get any buying or selling opportunities for that matter. However, before I do so, I just also want to point out that we also have this candlestick over here. It's also a bearish candlestick with a small body and quite a long lower wick, and it too tells us that there's a lot of money stuck at the bottom of that candlestick where it ends. And we might see the market actually push further down to grab that liquidity as well, right? Anyway, let's head down to the weekly chart. Here we are on the weekly chart. Let's see, what do we see on the weekly chart, guys? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see. Let me just zoom in a bit. As I've said, guys, the market has been moving sideways, right? And I don't see any proper structures, and for that reason I would not be buying or selling at this point in time. I believe that the best thing to do at this point in time is actually to wait for the market to push further down to around this level over here, and at that level is where I would look for potential buying opportunities. And that is because the market may then give us a very nice W structure, as you guys can see at this point. And by now you guys know that whenever it comes to these W structures, a lot of traders and investors usually buy on the second leg of that W structure. So I can tell you now that a lot of institutions like banks and insurers and so forth are actually waiting for the market to push further down to around this level, and at that level is where they will most likely buy this particular company, right? But as far as the weekly chart goes, guys, really I don't see much. It's too choppy to be buying or selling at this stage because of the sideways movement where prices going up and down, up and down, up and down in a range. Anyway, from here I'm just gonna head down to the daily chart to see if we can't find any potential buying or selling opportunities. Let's see. Here we are on the daily chart. What do we see on the daily chart? Let's have a look. I don't see much really on the daily chart, although I can see that the market attempted to create a head and shoulders at this point. It's actually an inverted head and shoulders pattern at this point, where we have this side being the left shoulder, this being the head, and this being the right shoulder. And we can see that the market started at this point and it ended more or less at that point, right? So it makes this particular pattern no longer relevant. Another thing that I see that is also very much interesting is that we can see that the market at this point has created a very strong level of resistance. It's a very strong level of resistance because we've had multiple rejections at that point, as you guys can see, right? And we might potentially see the market push further down to at least this level, right, which is where we have the candlestick that I spoke about that is carrying all of that liquidity, right? Another thing that I see is that the market has created what seems to be a triple top, right? And chances are that we might see it push further down at least to this level to complete this particular structure. And that is because it also started at this level over here. Can you guys see that? I just hope what I'm saying makes sense. Having said all that, guys, myself personally, just to go back to the weekly chart, myself personally, I would love to see the market move out of this consolidation zone, right, and move all the way down to around this area over here. and at that point is where I would look for those potential buying opportunities. And that is because, guys, this would then give us a very nice W structure, right? It would give us a very nice W structure. And just remember that a lot of institutional traders, such as institutions, or rather such as banks and insurers, actually trade these formations. And ideally they want to see price come back to this level, which is over here, to make that W structure. And at that point is where they would be buying, right? So I would do the same myself. I would rather wait for the market to reach, as I've said, this level over here, which is in line with this level. And at this point is where I would look for potential buying opportunities. The key phrase there is potential buying opportunities. I'm not saying that we should just buy by virtue of having price reach this level. I'm saying that we should be looking for potential buying opportunities. And what that means is that we would need further reasons and further confluence for why at this point over here we should be potentially buying, right? So that is it, guys, as far as my analysis goes. I just hope it makes sense. If you have any further questions, just let me know, and just remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you do indeed like it. And peace out.